Here we go.
Alright. We got the ruins again, the infamous Widow map, the Widow duels. We'll see if Jaden runs the Widow again and dominates, or if we're going to stick with the standard damage buffed Ashe. Excited to see what happens. Alright, looks like we're going with the Winston Hog again, a weird comp match, because usually right now in ladder you'll see a Roadhog accompanied with a Zarya for high damage output, because the Winston would normally be bullied, but Shuckle has been dominating the team on the Winston.
Winston in combination with the Tracer, of course. Are you surprised to not see Mercy? I'm surprised to not see Mercy with the Ashe.
He's probably speeding them out of the door. He's going to speed out and then swap the pocket of the Ashe. That's absolutely what he's going to do.
Oh, okay.
Yep. It's a common strat to speed out of the door or to have a Symmetra TP out of the door, so that it's a little faster and your team gets the general advantage. And there's the Mercy swap that we were
There's the Mercy swap, yeah.
Now the enemy team is running Widow Tracers, so that's not a lot of consistent damage, but very high value in bursting. So we'll have to watch out for that in the Mercy Ashe.
Especially Ana. Poor Ana's going to be getting targeted by so much by their 2 DPS.
Alright, it's like Snake was getting dove by the Tracer, but he manages to push her away, looking for a big dynamite. He gets it, he takes out the Tracer with the coach gun. He's dueling the Widow now, trying to apply some pressure. You see the Hawk gets bubbled, he's absolutely pocketed. But now he's down all of his cooldowns. Magic's really taking and controlling that left part of the point, while Shuckle dives into the back and applies pressure onto the Widowmaker so that Stun Knife doesn't have to and you can get big damage in. Eric goes for the res, he gets the stun, he gets the res on the Stun Knife. He's back in the game, but they're down Roadhog. Bob is already on the field. In the same place, he's aware of where the Tracer is, he's looking for it. He also has to duel the Widow at the same time, so it's not a very favorable matchup. He goes down. But it's okay, Bob is still holding the point, they have time to come back, coming back on the ball. They're down the Roadhog instead.
Excuse me. Sorry.
All good. All good. Magic gets the pick onto the Widow. It's insane. Gotta watch out for that full hog.
Ooh, looking for a shot on Ana right now.
Yeah,
Widowmaker in the back.
Own Widow. So they opted more for the Widow v Widow duel, so that the Mercy has more reign over who she gets to pocket, because she's not going to pocket the Widow as much as she would an Ashe, because it's not as valuable.
Right.
So she can help out the front line a lot more. Nobody has capped the point yet, and it's been a long fight with multiple ultimates. So it looks like the Zips are going to pull through. The Roadhog's feeding. It's okay, that's what they do best. Everybody has ultimates anymore. With Roadhog being meta, as he is.
Right. An absolutely beautiful first fight.
Cap. Oh! The flick shot coming from Stun Knife. This man is cheating, sir.
What?
Oh, he's insane. Alright, they're looking to set up for this next fight. The Tracer's trying to go onto a flank, but Shuckle's there to help push her out. Gets the Pulse Bomb onto Midtown, man. But they should be coming in with the res. Ooh, that is Stun Knife as well. They get the res onto the Ana.
5v6.
The sleep onto Jaden, that's rough for him. It's okay, because looks like the Zipper went. Oh, it's a huge Pulse Bomb.
Beautiful pulse from Jaden.
Absolutely yeeted. So coming back on the Widow, going to try to contest them. While Magic's going in for the stall. He gets the pick onto the Widow. He's now going to apply pressure to the Mercy. Zarya uses her personal bubble, so she's down cooldowns. But the Tracer is cleaning up the Zips. After a long hold of 50% though, that's just pretty solid. Now they're going to regroup and see if they can go back in.
Absolutely.
Even though they're down the ult advantage. So they're probably going to play this slow. So they can get their ults up and maybe bait out a couple of UNTs.
Right. Point flip for the first time in the map after a very long brawl. We're seeing Grav go down. Got 2 out of it. Widow pick onto Ana. Mercy res. Huge pulse bomb onto our poor Eric for the Zips.
That is one more ultimate though, taken out of UNT's arsenal.
Right. So close to spawn. We're looking to come back right here. Sorry, getting healed up. Ooh, stun rep, got a pick onto the Ana. He's looking for 2. Does he get the Widowmaker? No, Jaden cleans up the Widowmaker for him.
Jaden on the backline pressure coming from Jaden. He almost gets the pick onto the Mercy. Magic's showing up to help support him on that. Eric gets the res onto Midtown Man, so he's back in the game on that Ana. Contenders level, top tier Ana play. as per the usual. He kills the Tracer, actually. Shuckle's going in, making absolute space using his Primal Rage.
No one.
Widow in the back just kind of creeping around. Here comes the in for sight out. Looking hopefully for a pick as the enemy team comes in. Oh, UNT just barely dodging that shot one more time. At least they were ready for it that time.
The damage off to Widow is a questionable choice, but it's big damage onto tanks or anybody you can get a body shot onto, and will one-shot a Tracer.
Oh, Shuckle!
Shuckle goes down to the whole hog. Magic also does.
Ah,
Just barely unable to make it. It's like looking for that flick onto the Tracer. They get the Pulse Bomb out of them anyway. So that's another ult down. Up to 90%, they only have to win one more fight. It's still going. They still have the ticker going down. Gonna get this to 99. Maybe be able to flip it, depending. Looks like they give it to him and they're gonna
for the flip.
The Zips only have to win one more fight to get the map.
Yeah, we're sitting on 2 ults right now. Almost Mercy's ult. She's gonna have it by the time we get into the next fight.
Absolutely.
Although we are looking at a nano boost on the enemy team and a grav pulse bomb very soon to come up. We need to be careful as we engage in this next fight.
Playing split will be important in applying pressure in different places. An early pick would be absolutely massive from the Widowmaker. We'll see what develops.
It's true. There's the
Jaden
Winston
goes down to the
dive on the
Tracer.
Widowmaker.
Looks like, ooh, he's gonna land the hook onto Magic. Magic gets out with his Aptills. They whiff the grab.
Oof. That hurts. We're losing ultimates from UNT. Nano goes down.
Primal comes out of Shuckle, and is absolutely making all the space in the world, holding them back. Shuckle goes down, regrettably. They use the whole hog, going for that set nade. And close to 99-100 from the Zips. Ruins, not quite their map, but they'll get them on the next one for sure.
Nothing wrong there at all. I noticed a couple of unfortunate shots coming out of stun rep there towards the end of the game. He wasn't quite getting as much as he was in the beginning, but still some solid shots coming out from him, especially toward that midsection of the game. Alright, now we're on Ilios Tower, looking at the second map. What are we looking at for the Zips here, Toes?
Well, it looks like we're going to be running a pharmacy with a Sombra.
What?
It's going to be an interesting pick from... Well, Jaden Sombra, he used to run Sombra back during Goats meta, because there was a variation of it known as Sombra Goats, and he would absolutely dominate with that, so it's one of his stronger picks. So we'll see what develops with that. Stunning gets taken down by the Ana, but we have the res out for it.
Right.
Magic misses his hook, but it's alright. There's more boot potential on this map than there is on Ruins for sure.
Absolutely.
That's huge. 2 picks. Both of UNT's DPS go down, but the Mercy reses the Ashe.
No reses for either
a
team.
lot of pressure. Oh, the Mercy is down. That is absolutely massive pick for the Zips. Now it's a 4v6. Evens up to a 4v5. Midtown Man taking out the Ashe. Who said that Ana is a healer?
Right.
Absolute damage. We would expect nothing less from our contenders level player. Shuckle looking in that stall spot, seeing if he can get any information. Maybe looking for a dive. Jaden's
Jaden all the way in the back.
finding a hack target, ready to call it out for the dive. Looks like he's seeing the Kree off by himself, maybe getting some ult charge. He's close to his EMP. He might get the pick onto this Kree. Nope, he's getting the pocket, but it's still huge damage, and it's taking up the Mercy's resources.
Alright, force
Midtown
up
Man
the
finds
trans, no
another
problem.
pick onto the McCree this time. Magic goes down, and they get the res onto the McCree, making it a 5v6. Eric gets taken down. Shuckle gets hooked, but he gets the nano. It's still winnable, for sure. As long as they can stall in time for some of their players to get back, and maybe find a pick. Sunape has that barrage, an absolute massive ult. Looks like...
Oh, here it comes!
Ooh, the sleep.
Sleep coming out from Ana! Oh my goodness!
Pulling out a lot of ults from UNT, which is actually massive, because they still have not...
Absolutely, yes.
They've just capped the point, so that's 41%. Pretty good stall, honestly. Midtown Man looks for the sleep, isn't able to find it on the Mercy. They're going to be setting up for an EMP. Zips looking to regroup now and set up, finding a good target. Jaden gets spotted. Not completely spy checked though. So he's still ready to go for that EMP.
Right.
He goes
Oh,
in
the
for
EMP
it.
coming out.
They focus
Jumping
on the Zarya.
She's way too low for her own good.
Unfortunate. Jaden gets stunned, has to get forced out. Midtown Man goes down to the Ashe. Shuckle absolutely bullying the Zarya in a little room.
Oh, sorry, he's
But
getting the pocket.
unfortunately, able to get the pocket from the Mercy. They pull out the High Noon. Magic looking for the hook onto it. Takes Magic down, unfortunate. But it looks like Shuckle's gonna duel the McCree. Goes down to it. Eric gets the res onto Magic. Sunny applying that pressure onto the Ashe. They get another ultimate out of UNT. Looks like they're gonna be looking to regroup here. Midtown Man looking to get out without feeding. What a guy.
Totally true. All right, we're looking at 71-41. The Zips are just a little bit behind here. We do need to be bringing this back right about now.
Zips are gonna have to play for picks in this fight, seeing as they are down in the ult advantage to UNT, who has the nano boost and almost another High Noon and Val.
Right. Oh, a massive hook
gets the
on
hook.
Roadhog.
Forces out cooldowns.
This next hook is going to be a decider.
McCree gets caught out of position, taken down by the Sombra. Magic finds a pick onto the Ashe. That's both DPS down. There's a big ante onto the Hog. He gets bubbled. Shuckle diving in onto the back line. Sunape absolutely popping off, taking out the Hog and the Ana. Sorry, has no personal bubble. Kind of left out to dry. She goes down. Now the Zips have to hold it for 60%. Something they can absolutely do because now they are up on the ultimates.
Right. We're looking at just about 6 ultimates to UNT's, let's see, just about 3.5? 4? Just about?
Most likely, the Jaden's in the back line looking for an EMP target. Because their big play here is going to be the EMP mixed with probably Bob.
Right, we'll probably be seeing him flanking around to the left here. I wouldn't be surprised if he popped it in the next 5 or so seconds. There it is.
Ooh, with a big ante onto the Roadhog. Gets the res onto the Ana. Looks like the Zips are down multiple players.
Zips are down 2.
Shuckle
Nano,
is able to get nanoed. This is huge because now he can use his primal to stall the point while his players get back. As long as he doesn't get caught out. There's he got slept, but he got pushed back.
Alright, we are in overtime for the Zips right now. Ooh, the whole hog coming out from Shuckle,
Magic
yeah.
coming back with the ball. He gets grabbed. Not looking good for the Zips, but still not losable. Well, still not lost yet. That's the one.
I gotcha. No problem.
Midtown Man looking for the pick onto the Ashe, couldn't find it. Eric zooming back in. He is speeding, but unfortunate for the Zips, not able to take Ilios.
Definitely well played by UNT.
That is one thing I will say, though, about our players. Even though it was a loss on this map, they'll keep the correct mindset. They'll still be in this to win this. They won't get down on themselves. They are always ready to just think, adapt, and overcome onto the next map.
Right.
That's what our Zips are good for. It was a nutty flick coming from UNT's Ashe.
Yes.
What
Aspect
is
had some
up with
very
Ashe
good
players?
shots.
Actually insane. Absolutely crazy gameplay coming from both teams.
Certainly. Had some
Stunape.
beautiful shots coming out from Stunape in the beginning of the game. Some wonderful Ashe play from UNT's very own Aspect.
Absolutely.
What did
This
you
looks like-
particularly notice?
It just seemed like the Zips, they were doing well mechanically, but they just needed to focus on focusing down targets together better. A little more coordination, and it was an easy win for the Zips. But UNT was able to punish them in early fights. It was that
Right.
neutral that they needed to work on winning, which will absolutely happen in the next map, for sure.
For sure.
Saw a lot of good play out of the supports, a lot of picks coming from Midtown Man, which we would expect nothing less. The man, the myth, the legend, the downtown dude, Midtown Man. All in all, they still played really well on that map. I expect more to come.
Definitely.
What about you? Did you notice anything particularly from our players?
I would certainly say Winston play, and especially Shuckle's tank play was some of my favorite that I've seen. Tank being my
Absolutely
favorite role? Yes, of
rolling them
course.
on the Winston.
Yes.
Although it didn't seem to work out as well as it did prior. Maybe looking to do some swaps in the later maps. We'll just have to wait and see. Looks like we're going to be moving on to Hollywood again, where the Zips hard held last match. So we'll see if they're able to do it again. Alright, so it looks like Stunnape's picking up on the Ashe. The enemy team is going, well, our team is going to be, looks like the titles are mixed up a little bit. But Stunnape's going to be on that Ashe, Magic on the Hog. The Sombra is going to come from UNT along with an Ashe pick.
Just to say one more time, UNT and Zips, those logos are flipped. The Zips are on the right side and UNT is on the left. We'll get that fixed in just a moment.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Midtown man staying on our lovely Ana.
It's absolutely insane on the Ana play. Probably one of the best Ana players I've ever seen. It's his strongest character, I would say. Although it does seem like he's getting bullied in a lot of different situations, but that's okay with the comp that they usually run because the Mercy can peel back for the res.
Of
That
course.
used to be a large strat for dive comps. Was they would dive in, and the enemy team would also dive. But because you had the Mercy, if your Ana got picked off, you just get res in the back line, and you would still end up winning because you have the more damage up front from the Ana, especially with the high potential for anti-nades. All right, we're getting into it now. We have Magic on the Roadhog, Shuckle locking the ball. We have the Ashe Mercy combo. Stunnape goes down, looking for that res here.
Very early pick from Aspect. UNT's own Aspect, that is. Giving our Ashe some trouble.
Looks like the Zips are trying to find a cool off angle, see if they can get any picks going out here. Jaden looking to move in, see if he can set up any hacks onto UNT. Magic looking to see if he can get any hooks as they're setting up. Jaden scouting information on where people are and who to go after. Looks like the Zips are about to make their move in. Jaden takes out the enemy Sombra Translocator. He gets slapped though, which is unfortunate for him in the back. But there's a lot of PL that's got to go back for that Ana. Jaden makes it out without getting picked off. He looks to go back in through the left side.
Down for the Zip, one res.
Stunnape trying to take the high ground off of the enemy team. They already have Bob out there. Applying strong pressure onto the Ana in the back. It's a big dynamite coming from UNT. The Zips are able to stabilize. Looking to just take the space away from UNT and see if they can get any picks to get the advantage in the fight before they press in. Sombra gets caught out by Stunnape. With a big dynamite into the back line.
Of the sports, yes.
Bob applying pressure into the back. Huge picks from Stunnape. That's 3 down. Looking to take out the Moth in the back.
The Mercy ultimate, of course, being key
Shuckle taken down on the Sigma, surprisingly. We have not seen Shuckle pull out the Sigma quite yet. So it's interesting to see what will develop from that. Looks like the Zips are going to cap this point here without many problems at all. 4:26 on the clock. He gets the tactical crouching onto Eric. That's huge.
Absolutely.
Looking to take some space.
Key for developing about 0.07% ult charge every time.
Onto the enemy Roadhog. He's going to have another Bob in absolutely no time flat. Jaden looking for that EMP setup. Puts the Translocator in their backline. Waiting for it. Waiting for the team to be ready to set up and go in.
Well, this EMP is going to
go for the tanks. Absolutely massive. Huge sleep from Midtown Man onto the Sombra. Jaden's going to pepper down the Sombra and take her out. Stunnape looking for those picks, but he gets hooked off at the high ground. Shuckle anti, not looking good for him, but he's able to stabilize. Enemy Hog is also antied. Looks like both teams are coming off on about half of their ults. Big hook onto the enemy Hog. He finds the pick. The card gets to push on further. The Zips win the fight. Now they're going to be planning ahead, thinking of how they want to play this next fight because they know they're going to have EMP grab, an absolutely deadly combo that they need to plan ahead for and figure out how they want to counter it. It's like Shuckle's going to try to take the high ground on the infamous elevators where the rest of the team is stationed, so maybe he can give it the Ashe his own personal shield.
Big pick on the enemy team's Zarya. Enemy team's Roadhog goes down, and now we're just cleaning the fight
massive. They popped EMP surprisingly into that fight. They get a pick with their Bob. But Eric is able to find the res onto Shuckle. Shuckle applying pressure onto that Ashe. A smooth cap through second point. Now they're looking to get up any cleanup picks they can. They're able to find the Roadhog out of position, just being an ult battery as they do. It's like Shuckle and Magic are moving up to take some space while the card pushes forward. That Ashe Mercy at the top is going to be a big problem for them if they don't take care of it. But it looks like Shuckle's going to be coming in with his Flux. We'll see what he's going to be able to pull with that. Because a Flux can be an absolutely powerful ultimate, especially when comboed with anything else. It's very strong for breaking tempo of a fight. Okay, Shuckle looking for some poke damage, waiting for the card to push up until they actually need to take the fight. Looking to eat the grab, can't quite find it.
Oh no, Shuckle did find
He did find it, he ate it.
Following up immediately with a Graviton, stun ape, huge dynamite onto both of UNT's tanks. This
Massive
is not
EMP.
looking too hot.
The Zips are pressing Q as hard as they can. Ooh, enemy Ana finding a double with her nade. But I don't think it's gonna matter. No, that right click actually put her down.
A Nano Tracer's the only thing standing
The
between
Tracer
Zips and
trying her
round
best.
1.
Magic looking for the couldn't find it. Gets hooked. Get out pretty easily. Enemy hog absolutely antied. Massive hook. Hook 1.0. Is that you?
What?
That poor Lucio. It looks like UNT is going to be able to stabilize after that fight, but because of all the swaps they made, they are horribly down in ultimates.
Yes, the only
So the Zips
ultimate
have high
being...
percentage advantage. Oh, Snipe taking out that Ashe. Absolutely. Oh, the onto the Mercy, asserting his dominance. Now he has this high ground control, able to shoot into their backline. Jaden's setting up to go into the back to find a pack, probably onto one of their tanks. That's a massive anti coming from Midtown, man. Big damage going onto their backline, into the Moira. Ashe gets forced onto the low ground with Mercy into the cluster of tanks. It looks like the Zips are just gonna roll. Oh, Snipe is an absolute beast on the Ashe. The Tracer tries to go back in for the stall, but it's not enough, and the Zips cap the third point with 1:48 remaining.
Absolutely.
Big plays coming from our Zips.
Certainly, Shuckle's eating of the Grav, that was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
That's another thing that the Zips are just absolutely great at. Anticipating ults, coming up with a plan, and adapting to it, and being able to counter those things. They knew that they had the Grav. Shuckle was ready for it, and he was ready to eat it. Back whenever Double Shield was more of a meta, the Sigma play was mostly left to Magic. An absolutely insane Sigma player, might I add. But I don't think I've ever seen him let more than 2 May Blizzards through without eating them. Ever.
Wow.
Back whenever she was meta. He would eat every single one, every single time. It's a specialty of the Zips. And it seems like that trait also passes through to Shuckle. A strong tank lineup from the Zips. It looks like Shuckle's going to be running that Sigma again, Sigma Hog, which is a surprising turn of events because Sigma is not all that strong in ladder play right now.
Not at all.
Ever since his shield got nerfed. But it seems to be working out for the Zips. Jaden looking to do some scouting ahead of time to let them know what the comp is going to be that UNT will be running. Which it looks like both teams are going to be running the Ashe Mercy combo. Sunape standing there looking like an absolute unit as he does, ready to get some picks onto the enemy team. Jaden scouting and calling out information to his team, letting them know what they're running as they make a plan on how they want to take this battle. Because the defenders get to decide where it happens, the attackers decide when it happens. So play this to their advantage. Jaden now looking for a hack onto any target again. Magic gets the hook onto the Zarya, takes her down to half HP. Jaden has to get out. He did his job of getting information. Shuckle looking for any poke damage he can get onto them, forcing resources out of them as they make the rotation around the back.
Shuckle pushing just along the rotation there. Ashe looking to take some shots as they try to take high ground.
Shuckle going to help out the Ashe. Magic seeing if he can maybe get a flank pick onto one of them. Almost finds the Hanzo. Forcing more cooldowns out of the enemy team. It's going to force them to have to regroup to stabilize. Magic finds a massive hook onto the Hog, pulling him down into the abyss. Forcing them to push down. Nano the Zarya, taking down Shuckle. Able to get the res onto Magic. Magic's going to see if he can get any all charge out of it. Maybe stall. Magic gets taken down. Zips are going to be looking to regroup after the first point. Midtown Man makes it out.
Not with an angry hog trying to come after him. All of UNT in this small little corridor here. Shuckle looking to punish just a little bit.
The Zips taking the high ground and trying to take that high ground control off of UNT so they won't be able to have it. And they get the advantage in the upcoming fight. Looks like the Zips are coming up on 4 ultimates. But so is UNT. So we'll have to see how that plays out. It's about an even and an ult advantage.
Resurrect onto stun. Ape makes this a 6v6 one more time. Well, now it's a
Bob goes
7v6. Bob going on to point.
Both teams have Bob out. It is a 7v7 fight. Bob gets booped off the high ground, which this is the power of the high ground. But it doesn't look like it's going to matter. The Zips are going to be taken down on this first fight. But because they took it early enough, they're going to be able to have a second attempt. Looking to just die on cart and reset.
Absolutely.
Looks like Midtown Man and Jaden are going to be able to hold that high ground. This is just so powerful. Jaden gets hooked, unfortunate. Shuckle coming back with that flux, but still able to find a pick onto their Ana and their Ash.
Oh, stun ape onto aspect.
Absolutely insane damage coming from Stun Ape. Calling over his Mercy Pocket, looking to see if he can get the Roadhog. Absolute big hitbox manipulation. Shuckle probably looking for this flux here soon. To get the full hog out of the hog.
Ooh, a grab dragon from UNT gives us a lot of trouble.
Jaden takes down the Roadhog. Eric finds the res. The Zips pulling through as they do. Big pick onto the Ash. That secures the fight for the Zips. Now having a spawn advantage being where the card is. That was 3 ults out from UNT into a lost fight. Looks like the Zips are going to have the advantage, having 3 ults at the ready. Jaden already controlling this high ground, looking for any picks in the backline of anybody who might be peeking. Looks like UNT is going to make that swap onto Widowmaker to contest him. I don't know about you, but I always love me a good Widow v Widow duel.
Oh, of course. Jaden versus mediocre here is going to be a good one.
Shuckle looking to help control this high ground so the Stun Ape has a shield. A big block onto the Dynamite. Denying ult charge onto the enemy Ash. Bob goes to push them off the high ground. Bob is met with another Bob as for the last time. Shuckle looking to eat some of that damage coming from Bob as he gets pushed down. Shuckle finds the pick onto the Ana with Flux. Unfortunately, he gets rezzed. But they have to succumb and give up the high ground. Unfortunately, Shuckle goes down to the high charge Zarya. Stun Ape looking for the picks in the backline onto the Widow. He finds it, seeing if he can get the Ana now. He's got help onto cart, where Magic is holding down the line. But he gets whole hogged. And whole hog seems to secure the fight. Oh, Jaden finds the pick onto the Zarya. They're still contesting this. Absolutely burning down UNT's time. And Shuckle backs up for the regroup. Unfortunately, both supports get bad spawn. Big sleep coming from Midtown Man allow both supports to make it out and have a faster reset. Shuckle looking to apply pressure and help get his supports back into position where they need to be. Looks like UNT is going to be trying to contest that high ground, but it looks like Stun Ape is going to go up there with Eric to help keep it on the Zip side. Roadhog looking to feed coming from UNT, and he does just that, as Stun Ape is getting closer to another Bob. Magic finds the hook onto the Ash. Unfortunate, not able to get the pick. Stun Ape gets taken down. Eric unable to get the res because of the hog on the high ground. Shuckle holding down the front line almost by himself. Magic comes to back him up. It's a big pick onto the big hook onto the hog. There's whole hog. Unfortunately, he gets hooked out of it. Shuckle able to eat the enemy team's whole hog, giving him extra shields and holding down as much as he can as he waits for his team to regroup. Jaden looking for that pick onto the Mercy on the Tracer pick. Absolutely gets it. Looking to see if he can take out the backline on Widow. Well, take out the backline Widow. They find the pick onto the hog as well. That's 4 down. Looks like UNT is going to just try to reset or get out. Magic with the spray onto the Widow. Making sure to know that Magic is asserting his dominance. Akron is down ults right now, but UNT seems to only have 3 coming up. That's going to be Bob, which can be taken out with a well-placed sleep dart, and then both support ults. So it'll be interesting to see how the Zips plan to work around this.
Absolutely. First point was dominated by a very high charge alias.
Here comes out the Bob, the big sleep onto Bob, makes him pretty much useless. Same, looking to do some good damage as he waits. Jaden finds the pulse bomb onto their Ashe. Mercy's going in for the res. Unfortunately, able to find and secure it. Jaden's still applying pressure to the Ashe, who's not getting any support from her team. Magic comes in to help him out. Shuckle with the Flux, taking out the Ana a second time with it. Now they're looking to clean up kill onto the Mercy and the Hog. See if they can get up in that ult advantage again.
Magic doing a perfect job of juggling this Roadhog around, trying to help his Tracer get some ult charge and him himself.
They're looking to back up and regroup now that they have gotten it. Looks like we're getting down 40-second territory. It's going to be only one fight left. Maybe Jaden's going to be able to pull off a big pulse bomb in the backline again to help secure that advantage for our Zips.
Ooh,
UNT coming in with 2 ults. See if he can find applying pressure onto the Ashe, forcing out abilities from Mercy. Almost able to find it onto the Ashe, still applying a ton of damage. This is 2 people being forced to use resources against 1, giving the Zips the advantage in the front line. They nano whole Hog, but the Zips play around it, making sure not to allow too much value to be gotten from it. Stunning with a big stall on point.
We're now in overtime for the Zips.
Absolutely massive point to be able to get this into overtime. It looks like the Zips are going to lose that point, but it is now not losable. The Zips can either win this or they draw. We are out of losable territory, which is absolutely massive for our Zips.
Certainly. Very much looking forward to see if we can get more Widow gameplay or more Sombra gameplay out of Jaden. We'll have to see what they pick.
Looks like both teams are going to be running the Ashe Mercy combo again. UNT on the Torb.
A Torbjorn coming out.
Don't know what they plan to get accomplished with that with the damage buff to Ashe. Might just be a meme pick in the start. We'll have to.
Ready for battle.
Both teams running the Ana, looking for those anti-nades. The Zips keeping it strong with the Sigma Hog combo. We'll have to see which hero Jaden decides to go with to carry in the back line. UNT actually sticking the Torb pick. This is a really interesting pick from them. Let's
It is
see
definitely
how
going
the
to cost
Zips
enough.
counter it.
Greetings. Greetings.
All right, 5 seconds on the clock.
3,
Zips are going to push out.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Every team not really looking for much early damage. As Jaden gets set up on the Sombra, looking to swap actually. See that they have the Torb to counter the Sombra to help prevent hacks onto the back line. Jaden opts for the Widowmaker. That's double sniper going to be able to take out the turret wherever it's placed. Sunape waiting for the tanks to be ready to go as they're setting up. Jaden gets the headshot on the Ashe, just barely not charged enough to take her out. He's looking for the hook shot, seeing if he can pull a Kefri. Misses it, just barely. So I'm looking for the damage onto that high ground, seeing if they can find any picks, because they have a high pick potential comp. See, ooh, big headshot onto the Hog, securing a lot of extra ult charge. Unfortunately, gets hooked, makes it out, almost makes it out with 2 HP. The Zeps onto the Zen pick. They are high damage. Zen Mercy. Midtown Man is a strong Ana, but an even stronger Zenyatta.
Looking forward to seeing some of his gameplay.
The Zips secure the high ground for themselves. See if they can contest them on the stairs. UNT makes a push through. Unfortunately, able to find the hook onto the Zenyatta, who gets res. They're only down 1 right now. It's Magic. Shuckle applying some frontline pressure. See if he can get any ult charge as they have to retreat back. Jane gets taken down by the Zarya, but Snipe able to find a pick onto the enemy Ashe. Unfortunate to get a res. The Zips have 10 seconds to get into the point to contest it, to get this into overtime and win the point. Otherwise, it's looking like a draw.
A
UNT throws out a
massive
bomb.
block coming out from UNT.
Good damage coming in from Stun Ape on the side flank.
The Zips have managed to touch the point. We're going to have to see a nanoed ulting Roadhog stands between them and victory.
Unfortunate hog hook, but Jane's able to find the pick onto the Ash. Looks like UNT presses Q real hard for a draw, but still absolutely not a loss. Looks like the Zips are gaining momentum and they're going to be able to pull back a win in the next one if it follows this trend.
Play of the game.
They will. Aqua causing massive trouble for our beautiful Zips today.
Poor Magic getting sent back to Horizon Lunar Colony. Honestly, looking like some strong play coming from our Zips on Hollywood. They were able to take and pull it into overtime on third point, so they would have that opportunity to pull out the draw or the win.
Certainly. That last push, the Saria grab, it was so sad to see the Zips. Ah!
It was unfortunate that they weren't able to get off enough picks to get the advantage and push in because of the Mercy res usually. They were able to find a pick here and there, but not quite enough to secure them the win on the map.
Right. So many shots were going down onto Aspect up on the high ground. The UNT's Ash
It's honestly just
wasn't
a
enough.
strong battle of the high grounds for that last point.
Definitely.
Seeing if they were able to find any value from it. Strong plays coming from the tank line, of course, and from the port line of the Zips. Looks like we're going into our next map onto Route 66.
Route 66.
We love us good old apple pie cowboy town.
Right. What are some usual DPS picks on this map?
Absolutely, you'll see a Widow outside of the gate. It's very common for Widows to come out, on attack, grapple up onto the train car, and look for any picks they can. There are long sightlines on this map, pretty much the whole way through. Less on third point than the rest, but I'm expecting strong sniper play from both teams. Looks like Stunning's going to lock the Ash again. Zips still sticking with the Sigma Hog combo. An interesting pick from them.
Why do you think they're still on the Sigma Hog for this map?
Looks like they're just trying to help support their snipers and deny damage, as opposed to just opting for more like a Zarya Hog combo, which is more just output of damage.
Right.
Better pocket. Stun Ape on the Genji pick.
Speaking of snipers,
blades. Oh, there it is. There's the swap back. Alright, double sniper from both teams, as anticipated. Widow probably looking to go for a first grapple up onto the train car. And there it is.
Seeing how much Jaden can get
Pick.
done.
Body shot onto
Oh.
Stun Ape.
Alright, just slowly edging the card up to this corner, and then the real fighting's going to
Jaden
begin.
looking for an off angle here, see if he can get anything in the back line. Having some good sightlines onto the high ground, looks for the hook shot, able to identify where their Widowmaker is playing at, which is going to be a huge advantage for him in the long run. Gets the pick onto Joe. UNT's on a player. Gets the res, but takes out the Ash, looking to contest the Widow in the back left. Finds the pick onto the Widow. Jaden absolutely popping off, carrying this first point for the Zips.
Certainly. Only a minute down on the clock. We're already 3/4 of the way to the point.
And Jaden already in their backline applying pressure, forcing them to play differently than they usually have to. Magic and Stun Ape able to help clean up as the Ash comes back from UNT, but it's not going to be enough for them as it gets taken out by Stun Ape. Shuckle looking to take extra space and get any of these stagger picks. Seems they can take out the Mercy. They find the pick onto the Mercy, which is an absolute massive pick. UNT is going to be down at least 2 players going into the next point, meaning the Zips can make this almost a one-fight point.
Right, they're able to take such aggressive positions going into this next fight. You can see just how far up their actions push.
Still here. Enemy seen.
Stun Ape using the enemy Hog as an ult battery as UNT is finally regrouping, but the cart is almost already halfway through. Jaden on the
Oh,
off angle, seeing if
Jaden.
he can challenge the Widow.
I need heal.
Unable to find that first pick, goes to change up his position. Magic on the flank, misses the hook, unfortunately, onto the Ana. Ana finds the sleep onto him. Zips looking to help try to apply pressure, unable to find it. Eric goes for the crazy res onto Stun Ape, finds it. Unfortunately, goes down. Stun Ape trying to get any extra charge he can before regrouping. Midtown Man takes the ledge to deny any ult charge to UNT. Zips coming back with 5 ultimates. But
That's
at the same
not-
time, so is UNT.
Of course.
It's going to be a battle of the Qs here in a second.
Definitely.
But it looks like Jaden's
No
going to
one
have the
can
advantage
hide
with his
from
sights
my
onto the enemy Widow.
sight.
She's not going to be able to take any aggressive peeking angles, making space for the Zips.
Helden sterben nicht.
Stun Ape looking to challenge that Widow. Looking for the pick, finds it onto
Ooh,
the
finds it.
Widowmaker. Going to challenge the Ashe. See if they can deny that res onto the Widowmaker. Finds the pick onto the Mercy, definitely denied the res. Shuckle looking to eat the damage coming from the whole hog. See if he can find a pick with the boulder. Applying pressure to the Ana in the back. See if he can solo ult her and take her down again for a 3rd time. Midtown gets taken down as Zarya's in the back line, but he gets rezzed. Jaden goes down to Zarya. Zarya wreaking havoc in the Zips back line, but she gets taken down by Magic.
An ante on a hog. It's gonna be a dead hog. That's what it is.
Absolutely. Looks like Zip's going to be able to push it, and judging by the staggers, it's unlikely UNT will actually be able to make a good, solid recontest on this point. Shuckle
I
looking
do
to get
not
a poke
think they
damage and
will.
scout for where they are. Oh, the
Bob
UNT is
comes out.
committing by placing the Bob, which is unfortunate because the Bob is stalling cart. Magic finds a pick onto Aspect. Eric reses Stun Ape. Magic wreaking havoc in their side. UNT looking for the grab. Big ante onto the Roadhog. Magic in their backline. Absolutely wreaking havoc. Jaden finds the pick onto the Mercy. Zips clean that up for a clean 2nd point.
Certainly, this will put the Zips at 4 minutes. UNT waiting on 3 respawns. They've got them now.
Zips doing
This
what
is
they do
gonna
best,
be
taking
2 solid
aggressive
fights.
positioning. Looks like somebody coming up on that Bob. UNT is down ults. They don't have any even halfway except for Valk. Whereas the Zips are coming up on about 3-4 ultimates here.
No one can
Yeah,
hide
it's
from my
definitely gonna be.
Jaden leading that charge by popping Infrasights on Widowmaker, denying their Widow any chance to peek. Gets a big hook onto the Tracer Magic. As Jaden looks to challenge the Widow on top of this truck.
courtesy.
Magic doing what he does best and going into the backline, denying res, taking out the Mercy. Just wreaking havoc down onto UNT. Zarya is high charge though, and he's going to need to deal with her soon. That's huge. She gets taken down, loses all of her charge. As there's an ante onto the hog, it doesn't look like UNT's going to have an actual good recontest here. They're just going to be looking to stall, if they're going to even be able to do that, with Stun Ape on the high ground, looking to take anybody out as they go in. Unable to touch the point. The Zips cap 3rd with 2 minutes and
Sterben nicht.
like 55 seconds.
Absolutely solid play coming out of the Zips on this escort map. Route 66.
Absolutely rolled it through. Now we'll see how strong the Zips defense is,
Match.
because they have a good understanding of how the map works and when and where to take fights at to be in their advantage. We saw some real solid play coming out of Jaden on the Widowmaker and Magic on the Roadhog, along with some large antes coming from Midtown Man in the back. Poor guy stuck on the cart as it pushes.
Eric, of course, making sure to recover some of Aspect from UNT's picks onto
Looks
our
like
poor
UNT
DPS
is
players.
looking to copy the Zips on the Sigma Hog combo. See if they can adapt and maybe play it better against us. Also picking up a McCree pick, which will be interesting trying to duel the snipers as McCree with these long sidelines.
Attackers
The Zips opting more for what they ran on attack with the double sniper on a Mercy Hog Zarya. Hog Sigma. So you saw
Right.
Hog Zarya from competitive.
I do wonder if Alias's Sigma pick is to be able to contest some of that high ground right at the beginning of the first point on this map.
It's an interesting thing that Alias is swapping off of the Zarya, though. He was the one wreaking the havoc into the Zips in the back line on the Zarya with the high damage output. We'll see if his Sigma can even come close to that, or if the Zips will absolutely just dominate. Jaden looking for that early hook shot, maybe to get a pick onto the enemy Widow. Can't find it. Getting healed up, seeing if he can hold an angle, waiting for her to peek again. As the Zips control the high ground.
n'est-ce pas?
Absolutely zoomed in on the toes, ready to take them out on the Sigma. Finds a headshot onto the enemy Roadhog. Shuckle with a big shield, denying the enemy Widowmaker any value. Sunape looking for picks, seeing if he can get some damage in there. Forces recall out of the Tracer.
A res from Gatsby onto Aspect. Jaden takes Aspect straight back down. Sends him right back to spawn.
Sunape getting some good off-angle damage into their team. Looking for the pick onto the Ana. Aqua misses his hook onto Sunape. It's almost like a fight in between fights. As UNT staggers just into the Zips hardline defense.
We've got a Bob from Stunape already, and Nano almost out from Midtown, man. The only ults on UNT looking like Whole Hog and Nano.
Midtown Man on the strong high ground on the right side, playing out of line of sight of the snipers as Jaden takes down Aspect on the Widowmaker. Mercy looking for the res. She's unable to find it because she's denied by Stunape with the dynamite. So now they have to wait for that stagger to come back. As Jaden looks for another hook shot.
No one
Able to find damage onto the Roadhog, uses his info sights, denying the Widowmaker any space to peek.
Ooh, UNT going under. Trying to get a little bit of an off-angle approach here.
That Tracer going up for Midtown Man, trying to defend himself as Magic is holding up the front line in the doorway, doing what he does best and taking up space as he absolutely annihilates the Tracer. Oh, the Mercy.
Right. 2 picks.
Looking-
Probably going to be able to help Magic clean this up here.
Ooh, big dynamite prediction on to the Tracer from Stunape, the absolute Ash master. Look and see if he can shoot into their spawn door and get a pick.
With that
Big
attack
flex.
boosted Mercy, he may just be able to.
Hey.
Hello to you two, Stunape. Alright, looking to reset for this next fight.
Only
Finding big
one ult
damage.
for the Zips.
Denies the high ground onto the monkey as Chuckle looks for Flux, unable to find anyone.
Ooh, and Nano also went out onto the monkey. He coach gun from Stunape right there. UNT's down,
Off
I
angle
know.
in the back. Magic finds the hook onto the Sigma, takes him down. Sigma is not working out for UNT as much as they hope. Now they're onto a double main tank style comp, which is insane in this meta that we're running now. Of just high damage where main tank is very unapparent.
Too much CC, too much damage. Main tank, not too much.
Looks like we're coming down to about 48 seconds left into the game. Zip's still holding strong as that's a personal shield for Jaden as he gets to duel the enemy Widowmaker. Magic able to find a pick onto the Tracer, an absolute massive pick, seeing if he can deny the res onto the high ground. Suddenly falls to Aspect on Widowmaker. They use Flux, unable to find an actual pick. Magic's just absolutely destroying their backline. They're unable to stop the res onto the Ana. Snipe on his way back. Zips having to give up the high ground, but still holding strong. 15 seconds left. They're into the final fight. Tracer whips her pulse bomb because of Shuckle. Magic barely hanging on, but still doing it. Gets taken down by the enemy Sigma, but Jaden finds a pick onto the Tracer. Eric Alpha's the Widowmaker, takes her down.
He does, yes. I saw that. Oh my gosh.
Suddenly back on that high ground, controlling it. And the Zips look like they're gonna pull through on this. Big dynamite. Bob gets a kill. Suddenly popping off as he. Oh! 2 kills from Bob, a coach gun kill and a dynamite. And to dance on him too. Looks like our Zips take map 3. Zips picking up momentum as we predicted.
Yeah, in
Keeping
the second
strong in that
round,
mental game.
of the game.
Zips absolutely taking down UNT for this overtime on not Kings Row, Route 66, the Cowboy map. What am I talking about?
Cowboy Town, apple pie. Big kill with. So it looks like the Zips are starting to really pick up momentum in this series. Starting off unsure of what they should be running, but then Shuckle picking up the Sigma play and now gaining momentum onto that Sigma, forcing UNT to try to swap to counter them, but they tried to counter by matching and it didn't quite work out for them, giving our Zips a big advantage in the long run. Did you see any plays from any members from the Zips specifically that you thought was extra impressive, we'll say?
A Valking Mercy taking down a Widow right there towards the end. That's one of the favorite things to see right there. As you said, he alpha'd his way into the backline. It was fantastic to see. Oh my
It's
goodness.
An absolute classic coming from Eric, trying to assert his dominance on the Mercy, one of the strongest Mercy players I've seen. He will solo hold a point and take out the DPS if need be. Gotta remember, Mercy has that Glock, and she is not afraid to use it, especially whenever Eric is behind the wheel.
All right, we're looking to switch, I believe, to a control point map next. I'm wondering what we're going to opt for. Right. UNT's pick, of course.
We saw big plays coming from Jaden on that Route 66 map on the Widowmaker, finding the picks and securing the match. And of course, consistent play coming from Stunape on the Ashe, absolutely able to just get Bob pretty much every single fight and just get a kill with all of his utility at any given point, which is absolutely insane to think of.
Absolutely. Several coach gun plays of keeping the enemy team off the high ground. I mean, a Winston jump. I didn't immediately see the nano, but I saw it go down after he had fallen off. So unfortunate for their Ana, but I mean, good for us, huh?
They figured the plan, and then they planned around it and found a counterplay to it, which was to keep the Winston off of high ground using that ability. They were able to keep control of the high ground, which gave them the advantage for all of first point. And UNT just couldn't quite counter our Zips in that fight. Shuckle seems to be picking up on the Sigma play too. Although he has been strong with it, eating that grab on Hollywood. Still able to control space on Route 66, although not able to find any good flux plays. But he still was able to get large amounts of value by shielding his snipers and helping control space. Midtown Man also being able to keep strong on the Ana, even though they were running a Tracer that was trying to dive him. He's able to keep strong and not get picked off too many times and not be a victim to that, which is nothing unusual coming from Midtown Man's Ana play.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't see too many picks from Midtown Man that game because he was mainly having to pay attention to his Sigma and keeping his main tank, nice and healthy. I didn't see quite so many offensive shots from him that game. Did you see any?
Not really, but at the same time, it's not as though he really needed it because the DPS was helping keep that up. So his main focus was to keep up the Roadhog and the Sigma, especially in the times when we would see Roadhog get down to about 30 HP and still make it out because of that huge healing factor coming from Midtown Man. He's mostly looking for anti-nades onto their tanks, which is an absolute showstopper for any Roadhog players, which is why Ana is so relevant right now. It was interesting to see UNT try to opt for a Winston Sigma pick. A double shield play against the snipers, trying to see if they could dive onto them, but still being shut down by the Zips because of how much damage output there was. Magic being able to run an absolute muck into their backline, unable to be stopped.
Very true, and that last little overtime round on Route 66, there was some beautiful Roadhog play. 2 hooks straight in a row, 2 picks right in a row.
I don't think I've ever seen a Roadhog player vibe quite as much as Magic on Roadhog. Just walk into the backline and not even care. As he controlled the high ground and was able to find an opening pick for almost every single fight. Just all around strong play coming from the Zips. It looks like they're trying to figure out the last map and how it goes based on the rule set of the tournament. So we'll be seeing what that is, whether it be control, hybrid, or anything along those lines.
I believe if the teams are tied, we go to a control map to break it. I think so.
Ooh. Control maps are always a fun one that everybody loves. Zips have a pretty strong history on control maps. They're able to keep a good focus during them. What control map would you say is your favorite?
If I had to pick one right off the top of my head, it would be... Oh goodness, Ilios. I can't stand well, but Ruins is one of my favorite maps. Oh my gosh. What about for you?
For me, personally, I'm not actually a big fan of control maps, but I've also seen us do extremely well on Lijiang Tower, which seems to be the map that they are choosing for this last map,
Ah.
which is very strong for the Zips. In fact, the last time I scrimmed with the Zips, I distinctly remember seeing some big Mercy gameplay coming from Eric, able to solo hold a point with Valk and get 2 to 3 picks, actually, that fight, on Mercy.
Jeez. Hopefully we can see some of that again tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely one of the stronger maps for the Zips and having the most scrim time practice on this map. Seems like the Zips are also picking up momentum with their just natural synergy, able to keep each other up when need be. We also saw a lot of team play coming from Shuckle with the snipers, able to help give them the space they need to get the picks to secure the fights.
Absolutely. Here
Looks
we
like
go.
we are
Starting up.
going into the map now. Lijiang Tower.
At Lijiang Tower. Initiating match.
This is the last map in the series. Looks like we're going to be starting out on, I do believe this is Night Market.
Night Market indeed.
It'll be interesting to see what the teams run. It looks like UNT is going to be opting for a double sniper style comp. No,
Double
they're getting
sniper
the Symmetra.
Orisa. What?
Looks like they're going to TP to
Oh.
point. Stunning looking for the Pharmacy play. Pharmacy Tracer. Still keeping with the Sigma
Ooh.
Hog. UNT going for the TP strat onto point. We'll see what it goes. We'll see how that turns out for them. It will not be the first time that the Zips have played against the TP strat onto point and know how to counter it.
Of
We'll see
course.
we'll see some strong far gameplay coming from Stunning for sure. As long as he can avoid the sidelines onto the Widow. Which Jaden should be able to apply pressure to.
Capture.
UNT's Aqua opting for some Winston.
Swept off the Symmetra. They looks like they just TP'd out of point instead of 2 point. Lab spawn. Looks like it's going to be a basic brawl in the midpoint.
UNT getting really aggressive with their positioning, going for the middle of the map already.
UNT going for a Winston Zarya combo. An interesting pick, especially for this map.
Ooh, Zarya getting really low for UNT right there.
Instead of getting big damage into their back with that Pharmacy combo, forcing all of their cooldowns out as the Zips start to take control of the point.
Stun hit coming for his poor little Mercy. Shot up 2 hit scans. 2 hit scans for UNT. This Pharmacy's got to be very, very careful.
Looks like the Zips will cap the point as they look for getting off angles to take out the UNT. Shuckle gets caught out by the Winston, but Snipe gets a pick onto the Ashe, and Magic gets a pick onto the Ana. Big heals coming from Midtown Man onto Magic. Magic peeling back for
Beautiful
Shuckle.
hook. Oh, a spray from Magic, of course.
Magic with the insane game awareness. Looks like they're setting up with aggressive positioning, looking to get those early picks. As UNT
UNT's
pulls out a Pharmacy on their
Pharmacy
own.
coming in.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out. Oh, the early pick on Aspect, which we've been seeing from Magic
Beautiful.
this whole series. Getting early picks onto the enemy team, securing fights and forcing staggers.
Damage boost engaged.
Sunny holding that high ground on the
Your
flank,
support has arrived.
waiting to get some high damage in so he'll be able to have his barrage for this
I
fight.
will not waste this opportunity.
Zip's coming up on 6 ultimates here, actually.
Ooh, a battle of the Pharmacies up in the air above the main fight right now.
Magic absolutely annihilating them inside their own, like, controlled area. Able to
Or
find
their
a 3K.
spawn.
Oh, a beautiful right click onto the Far's head. That's a 4K coming from Magic. Instead
Goodness.
of going to clean up the Mercy, see if we can get some early picks. An absolutely massive fight, able to get
Thanks for the assist.
a 1 fight using only 2 ultimates from the Zips, and Magic is almost back to his ult. He's about halfway there. Snipe setting up for that barrage. He gets scouted out though.
Ooh.
Jane getting big damage in onto the Hog, forces his cooldown. Massive flux from Shuckle. Looks like the teams are about even in kills. Eric wanting to get that res, unable to find it, gets hooked. Doesn't matter. Magic looking to shred the Bob as he helps his Ana. Looks like
And
UNT is
ulting
going
Bob
to
on
cap
point.
the point there. But the Zips got it 299, which is absolutely massive for a first fight. All they have to do is win 1 fight to secure the map. We'll secure the round.
Very true. UNT is going to be on some.
Shuckle finding the pick as an Enviro onto the Hog. Magic looking to hook and destroy the Wrecking Ball.
Ooh.
Absolutely bullied by Magic. He's looking to just keep them all off of point. Wary of the enemy team's barrage. Looking to see if he can get an early pick on her. He finds it as the Zips cap the point and secure this map.
Secure the first round.
Secure Night Market.
Right.
Looks like we're going to be going into the next round with the Zips in the lead. Looks like it's going to be Gardens, the Boop map. You're going to see
The
some
Boop
big
map,
hog
indeed.
plays, I believe. And we'll see some big plays coming from Stunape on the Pharah, seeing if they can boop anybody off of the bridge. We'll just have to see how that goes and what develops. You're seeing some big plays coming from Magic, some good consistent damage from Stunape, and of course, a ton of healing and getting pumped out by Midtown Man.
Eric doing a beautiful job of supporting our DPS on the side. Mercy gameplay, cannot forget about him.
Zips getting sped out of their spawn. Stunape looking for the boops onto the bridge. He's getting damage buffed. Forced down a little bit by their hit scan. Looking for that Pharah duel. Jaden on the Sombra pick, seeing if he can find any hacks onto their tanks.
Zip's doing a beautiful job of sticking together in the back half at this point. Ooh, Magic getting onto the Winston.
Strong, big hook onto the Winston. As long as Andy also got hacked, it's an easy pick for the Zips.
Magic Tracer getting stuck between
holding
a
this
hard
space.
place.
Forces the recall. UNT barely holding on with the touch on the Tracer. They force out Pulse Bomb. It looks like the Zips are getting some picks. UNT reses, but it doesn't even matter. Magic goes down because of the anti. But looks like the fight was secured for the Zips.
Beautiful execution coming out from our very own team.
Still in the first fight. They're actually holding on with the stall. Knuckle with a good rock onto the Zarya. Looks like it's going to be flipped by UNT.
Beacon in
Yeah.
looking for me.
Jay is still setting up in the side. Looks like he's going to get pressured out though. He's going to try to duel this Tracer. Big hook coming from Magic.
Heroes never die.
Rocket barrage incoming. I am unstoppable. Securing the objective. Justice reigns from above.
Denying that Pharah barrage in the Pharah v Pharah battle. Ultimate is getting used left and right. Shuckle sucked in by the grab, unfortunately.
Jaden getting some key intel right now.
Alright.
Looking to take another fight here. We need to get a flip from UNT to the Zips right here. We could close out the series right now.
Jaden looking for the EMP. Unfortunately, able to Zips get taken down by the Pharah with 2 picks. Looking to have to reset now. They're going to be getting close to 1 fight territory. Jaden looking for that EMP. Looks like it's going to be pretty big considering UNT is playing together. Stunape onto the Ash pick, seeing if he can take out that pharmacy. Shuckle going through White Room, applying pressure as Jaden looks for the EMP. Sets up for it, finds it,
Ooh,
hits on the Winston with it.
Sadly goes
Unfortunately taken
down,
down by Aspect.
Aspect goes
Big
down to
flux by Shuckle.
huge flux onto point by Shuckle.
Unfortunately, able to get bubbled, but the Zip got 2 picks, one onto the Mercy, which is an absolutely massive pick from Magic. Shuckle gets taken down by Alias. It's like applying pressure, able to find the pick onto the Winston. Big pick into the backline onto the Ana. Oh, watch out for that
Getting some
barrage.
work done.
Eric falls down to it. The Zips don't have any supports left. Looking to see if they can get any picks they can here to secure the fight before they get taken down by the tickle damage. Shuckle finds the pick onto the Zarya. Unfortunately, Shuckle gets taken down by the Pharah. Eric swapping that Lucio, doing the rollout. Magic seeing if he can touch, unable to touch. An unfortunate map coming from the Zips. They just had the strong Pharah control, and the Zips were struggling to counter it a little bit. Just not our map of this control point, of this control map.
Certainly not, but some good gameplay nonetheless coming out, especially from Midtown Man. Got stuck by a Tracer Pulse Bomb and managed to run away from his teammate. Love to see that.
Yeah, definitely don't want to pad her stats too much.
Right.
Looks like we're going to be rolling into Control Center for the final map of this control map. We're going to see what the Zips pull for this one. This is usually a pretty strong map for the Zips.
Is that a Junkrat from UNT?
Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness.
The Junkrat is a super strong pick onto this map. It looks like UNT's going to opt for the Moira. Junkrat coming from our Zips and from
Aquan
UNT.
Reinhardt.
Reinhardt. That's a surprising
Some
pick.
huge
Okay,
switches from UNT. What is this?
They're more of a low damage comp compared to the Zips. Finds the hook onto the Lucio. An absolutely
Ooh,
massive starting
beautiful.
pick coming from Magic. They have strong point presence right now. Snipe looks for those picks onto the Junkrat. The shield is already gone. It's made of paper. Big pick from Midtown Man onto the Junkrat. Looks like the Zips are just going to clean this fight up as they cap the point. Lucio back for another punishing. Taken down by
Absolutely.
Eric.
Beautiful positioning from the Zips allowed them to keep their distance from the Rein Zarya combo. Their tanks didn't even get to scratch the tanks of the Zips.
Snipe on that aggressive high ground, looking for any early damage he can get in. Magic on the flank, looking to catch anybody off guard that might be trying to flank the Zips. See if he can find a pick into the back. He gets spotted by the Reinhardt. Unfortunately, he gets his bait canceled.
Jaden lands a pick on immediate.
Bob is already on the
Come on the
point
point.
as UNT uses the coalescence. Midtown Man finds the pick onto the Moira while she was coalescing. Bob applying a ton of pressure onto the Ryan. He doesn't know what to do as Snipe gets major damage into him. Zarya's on the point. High charge needs to get taken down. Snipe taken down by the McCree on the flank. Zips looking to stabilize. Magic's getting pocketed by Eric, able to still hold the point as Roadhog just does not die. He's taken down as Jaden comes back, see if he can get any picks and stall this point any longer.
Hasn't managed to take anyone down yet? Ah, that's alright.
It's good damage in.
Certainly.
Zip's coming up on 3 ults, whereas UNT also has pretty much 4. Because Moira gets coalescence pretty much every single fight.
That's fair, yes. UNT taking a very aggressive position right now.
Shuckle looking to get his flux or poke damage as his team resets and he's ready to take some space. Being able to keep the space from the Reinhardt is absolutely massive for the Zips in this fight.
Ooh, a Graviton
A
Vortex.
massive
Huge
flux coming from
flux.
Shuckle. That's 2 picks from the Zips.
Both tanks for UNT go down.
Unfortunately, they find the tire onto the Zips Roadhog. Magic gets taken down, forcing several ultimates out of UNT. Looks like they're only going to be coming in with Beat Drop versus the Zips, Bob, and Bullhog, along with Valkyrie. They're able to back Midtown Man out of the fight. They all go onto a flank.
The Zips going through the center little section here, going to point, hoping to maintain that faraway position that we saw them using in the earlier fight.
See if they can surround UNT maybe and get some damage in from all angles, where the shield doesn't even matter. They're able to bait them in, just take the point and flip it.
Whoa!
An absolutely massive play from the Zips. As they just put pressure into that shield. Forced out the beat drop from the Lucio. Big Dynamite onto the Reinhardt. He's just getting absolutely annihilated in the back from stun aim. Dynamite takes him down. Jaden finds the tire onto the Zarya, and a key kill. The Zarya left unchecked and high charge can be deadly. Looking to clean up the kills here. Gets it onto the McCree and Junkrat. So trying to get the Moira on her way out, and he finds the kill onto Joe.
Zips
who's
managed to flip the
Joe
point.
Mama. Zips have it up to 88%, looks like. Going into last fight territory. All Zips have to do is get an early pick on this, and it's pretty much secured. There it is, the early pick onto the Zarya. A massive pick with a hook into the trap. They're not expecting it. Big shot and misses on the Magic. Big anti onto the onto UNT's Junkrat. He doesn't know what to do. He's hiding in a corner. Midtown Man finds the killer. Midtown Man on the high ground, uncontested with stun aim. Just absolutely annihilating their backline. They come back on the ball pick, hoping to get anything as Bob goes in. The Lucio coming back for another punishing. Gets it from Bob. As the Zips clean up the kills here, and it looks like they take the map and the series.
Well done, Zips. Well done.
The Zips, once they get their momentum, they are just absolutely unstoppable. It's one of their key strengths. They just have an unbreakable mental and consistent gameplay coming from everybody on the team.
Absolutely. Here's the main man, Magic, right here on the hog.
Absolutely destroying the backline. Pushes him onto the high ground. It's just like, I'll deal with you later. Which he does. Finds all the picks. Not even a problem. Oh, didn't get to show the beautiful right click that came from him onto the far after that. An absolutely insane series coming from the Zips and from UNT. It was good play on both parts, but the Zips did what they do best, and they pulled through in the end on Lijiang Tower, one of their stronger maps.
Absolutely. We went.
Alright, looks like that'll wrap up that series with the Zips as your winners for it.
Definitely.
And it looks like because the Zips won both of their series, we'll be done with the day, and we're going to move on tomorrow, Sunday, for the next match. It'll be
5 p.m.
Go for it, sir.
Sorry, Toast. 5
Okay.
p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow, that'll be some more games with the Zips, of course.
Yep, thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys enjoyed the series as much as we did, seeing some
Absolutely.
high-octane gameplay coming from our very own Zips. And we can't wait to see you tomorrow, too.
All right. I'm Raz, and then he... Oh,
Is Toast moving out?
he... Yes, he is. Have a good one, guys.
See ya.